Hey, what is up, everybody? What a day yesterday, huh? Nearly clean swept yesterday. Oh, I'm so upset about it. Our only lone miss yesterday being Mikal Bridges over 15.5 points. It's funny because in the video yesterday I called him old reliable, and he wasn't reliable for us yesterday. Had 9 at the half. Felt really good. I was like, all right, all he do is get 7 points in the second half. We are fine. We are good. Only scores 2 points the rest of the second half. Only finishes with 11. He had 9 at the half. Bummer on the Mikal Bridges line, but everybody else absolutely crushed it. Marvin Bagley had 12 points in the first quarter. I'm not going to take credit for that. I was not anticipating to hit in the first half, nearly in the first quarter, but I did think he was going to have a good game, and he did. Cade Cunningham, 6.5 assists. If I'm not mistaken, I think yesterday I put Mikal, Marvin, and Jordan Poole in the 3-slip, and then last second I pulled out Mikal and I put in Cade Cunningham's assist, so that was super clutch yesterday. On that move. So Cade Cunningham hit his assist late, only about 2 minutes left in the game. He ends up hitting that assist line. Jordan Poole was a scare. He went like 0 for 5 from 3 in the fourth quarter. Going in the fourth quarter, he had 19 points, so just needed a couple buckets there, and was throwing up absolute brick show. And I was really nervous that he wasn't going to hit, but he ends up hitting. LeBron James was a no sweat. I think he had 25 at the half. I knew that one. That one basically was going to be my lock of the day yesterday. Had I not liked that Marvin Bagley line so much, I knew LeBron was gonna have a big game yesterday. They still lost though, which is hilarious. But he still ended up getting the points he needed to. Also yesterday, I hit my 3-slip yesterday. If you guys did the perfect 3-slip yesterday, you hit the 3-slip. The 5-slip missed by 1, but I also did my auto. Like, these are like the picks that don't make my videos. Every day I like to just throw them into a slip just in case, something happens, like yesterday, for example. Last couple of days they've hit though. So these are my picks that didn't, or excuse me, those are my picks that every day I only like to put 5 in the video because if I go more, it just gets too much. So these are the 5 that didn't make yesterday's video. I'm so mad that it didn't. I should have put Armando Bacot into it yesterday. He grabbed 22 rebounds. His line was 14. He grabbed 22 rebounds for St. Peter's. I knew that one. I should have just thrown that in the picks yesterday. That one was a dumb one for me to not throw in there. But Chris Paul over in his assist was another really solid one. That one ends up hitting under on Patrick Beverly. I got that one from calling our shot. That was a good call by him. Jaylen Brown over 24.5 points, hits that one late in a blowout. And then Kristaps Porzingis. That one was a miracle. That one should not have hit. Kristaps Porzingis yesterday. There's like 26 seconds left in the game. It's like a 5-point game between the Warriors and the Wizards. They throw the inbounds, and I was hoping it would go to Kristaps, but Thomas Satoransky gets fouled. Then he splits it, so it's only a 6-point game or something like that. Klay Thompson shoots a 3. Guess who grabs a rebound? Kristaps Porzingis. I guess that hit his rebound line as well. And then they foul Kristaps. Kristaps goes to the free throw line, 87% shooter, knocks them both down. He hits with like 16 seconds left. Crazy on that Porzingis line. So this one ends up hitting. People have asked me to start posting my picks, even the ones that don't make the video. So I will start doing that in the future now. But let's get into today's picks. Real quick, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, make sure that you there's a link down in the description I have that automatically takes you to the App Store where you can download Underdog Fantasy. Also throws in my TAKEMYSHOT code when you guys sign up for that. So when you make your first deposit, it helps me out big time, as well as it gives you a 100% deposit match up to $100. So if you throw in $20, for example, you'll get actually $40, and they'll give you another $23 just to bet on for funsies, a little risk-free bets for fun. And so that is always nice as well to get those risk-free bets. Also helps me out, like I said, big time if you guys use my code TAKEMYSHOT. Because all my picks every single day are always going to be Underdog Fantasy picks. I think it's the best player prop betting app out there. With that being said, now let's get to today's picks. All right, baby, coming in hot with the lock of the day. Let's get it. Not very often on this channel do we make our locks of the days straight up superstars in this league. But today's lock of the day, if I'm being honest, the best line I liked today was from a straight up superstar. Give me an MVP candidate from the Denver Nuggets. Give me Nikola Jokic, baby, over on his 48.5 PRA. In their last matchup between the Charlotte Hornets and the Denver Nuggets, Jokic had 29, 21, and 5 for 55 points, rebounds, and assists. Hornets got to win games right now. They've got to win games to stay within that play-in hunt. Nuggets looking to stay out of the play-in tournament right now. They've got to win games. This one should be a fast-paced, high-scoring, high-intensity game between two teams that are fighting for playoff opportunity right now. Jokic absolutely dominated in the last game. There's no reason to think that he won't dominate once again. I mean, he had 21 rebounds. I mean, I really even thought about his rebounds last time, but really they weren't even able to stop him from scoring the basketball. They shouldn't again tonight. Nikola Jokic should once again have another monster night tonight to try to solidify his MVP campaign just a little bit more in a closing game here down the stretch for the Nuggets. So I like Nikola Jokic as our lock of the day over 48.5 PRA. Next up, give me a channel MVP. Give me Wendell Carter over 24.5 points and rebounds. I'm not quite sure why his line is set so low. Honestly, this is the lowest he's kind of been in a while, and I'm not sure why. He dominated in their last matchup. He had 19 and 11, 430 points and rebounds in their last most recent matchup. So I don't think why he wouldn't do that again, because last time it was against Jared Allen. This time he doesn't have Jared Allen. Evan Mobley, not as good of a defender as Jared Allen. So Wendell Carter, he's been crushing his line every single time. In the month of March, they set his line. He's crushed it like every single time. He's averaging like 18 and 11 in the month of March. In his last 10 games, he's averaging like 21 and 12. So I don't know why his line is set so low. So we're going to nuke it tonight for Wendell Carter over 24.5 points and rebounds. I know I bet on this guy a lot, but if he hits his line, I'm going to keep betting on him. So I like Wendell Carter tonight. Next up, I like an under. I like under on Harrison Barnes, 15.5 points. Tonight, Harrison Barnes takes on the Miami Heat. I trust the Miami Heat defense. Harrison Barnes, as long as he doesn't do what Andrew Wiggins did just the other day, because Andrew Wiggins was getting locked up by that great Miami Heat defense until the second half, and he scored 20 points in the second half. I don't anticipate Harrison Barnes to do anything like that. His line is set at 16. He's only hit 16 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of his last 10, or 5 of his last 10, excuse me. So splitting it right down the middle. And then the games where he doesn't hit and he's playing talented defenses, like the Celtics, he had 0. Like the Bucks, he had 10. Like when he takes on good perimeter defense, when he had the Mavericks, he had 9. So when he takes on great perimeter defense, or wing defense, like the Heat, doesn't score that much. Also, the Heat have got to win this game. They just lost a 1 seed last night to the Celtics. They're in a position where they can't just say, oh, we're playing the Kings, we can't play well in this game. They've got to play well down the stretch if they want to lock up the 1 seed. So they are going to come out hard. They're going to come out aggressive. I feel like they're going to blow out the Kings today. I like the chances for Harrison Barnes to go under 15.5 points today. I sound like a broken record sometimes because I keep betting on I don't like to continuously bet on same guys, but if they hit, you know. And this is another case here with Jakob Poeltl. 23.5 points and rebounds is just too low for me. His last 2 matchups versus the Rockets, he's absolutely dominated. 18 and 9 and 21 and 10. And the game they had to open the season against against the Rockets, he only had 13 and 6, but he fouled out of that game. If he had not fouled out of that game, I'm sure he probably would have crushed his line in that one too. In both those games, he absolutely did. 31 points and rebounds, as well as 29 points and rebounds, and is set at 23.5 today. He's taking on the Rockets, a team, thankfully, that's not tanking, that's not resting any of their players, so they're still the same exact squad they were when they played earlier in the season. Spurs, of course, are in a playoff position, so they've got to start winning games as well if they want to try to make that play-in tournament over the Lakers. Again, this is how the end of the season is kind of going to go. Players and teams are going to start taking. They're going to start. The Blazers just announced a couple minutes ago they just sat their entire team. They just sat Yusuf Nurkic. They just sat Justice Winslow. They just sat Anthony Simons. The Blazers are tanking completely right now. But thankfully, a couple of these teams aren't. A couple of these teams have to win games, which is a good thing when it comes to the stats, because they're going to put up good stats. And tonight, Jakob Poeltl should absolutely dominate the glass. He should dominate inside as well. In games where Jakob Poeltl takes on teams that are bad interior as far as rebounding goes, he just dominates the glass. When he takes on, when he took on the Warriors, he had 14. Just the other night when they took on the Blazers, he had 9, which isn't dominance on the glass, but he had 16 and 9. That's 27 points and rebounds. When he took on the Thunder, a bad rebounding team, he had 14 rebounds. Even managed to get 12 rebounds against a good rebounding team in the Raptors. He has potential to absolutely crush his line. I know there's times where he doesn't. He's hit his rebounds line, though, 6 of his last 9. So his rebounds isn't a bad option as well, but he's also hit his points and rebounds 5 of his last 9. So both of them are like right there. He hits about every other game. But when he takes on teams that are horrible inside with defensive presence, he absolutely dominates. So I'm anticipating Jakob Poeltl to have once again another big night, over 23.5 points and rebounds tonight. And one last pick, I'm going to be quite honest. I don't know if I'm going to count it into my slips or not. I'm going to think about it, kind of give some time on it before I think I officially post it. But right now, I do like Jokic, Wendell, Harrison Barnes, and Jakob Poeltl. Right now, I'm going to throw up Drew Eubanks, over 27.5 points and rebounds. They have this set really, really high. They have it set really, really high because he's taking on the Thunder. Everything says that Drew Eubanks should have a massive game tonight. Aaron Gordon, who you could say is near a skill level, or a similar play style, I should say, to Drew Eubanks. He had 20 and 9. Grant Williams, a very similar play style to Drew Eubanks. He had 20 and 10. Wendell Carter, obviously a lot better than Drew Eubanks, but he had 30 and 16 against the Thunder. even in that game where Aaron Gordon had 20 and 9, Nikola Jokic still had 35 and 12. That's 55 paint points and over 20 rebounds to their power forward and center. I just don't see enough. This is going to be a competitive game between the Blazers and the Thunder because they're both horrible teams. It's only a 2-point spread and about a 220 spread. So, or excuse me, 2-point spread and a 220 total. So they anticipate it to be like a 110 to 110 kind of game, which is high enough points for me. They expect it to be close because it's two teams that are really bad. It just makes me a little bit nervous because the Blazers are tanking and they are just throwing out a bunch of random guys right now. But if there is anybody that can have a big game, it's Drew Eubanks because of the lack of presence inside for the Thunder. They don't have Baisley right now. He's out now, so they literally have no height. The Thunder have nothing inside. No Kenrich Williams, no Derek Favors, no Darius Baisley. So the biggest guy on the floor, I think, might be Pokashevsky, and he is no sort of a dominant presence inside. So Drew Eubanks should absolutely dominate this game. I just wish they would put out just a rebounds line because I don't trust his offensive game enough, but I like his rebound chances. So I'm thinking about this 27.5 points and rebounds, but we'll kind of figure that out by the end of the day. All right, guys, let's get into our perfect 3 and perfect 5 slip. For our perfect 3 slip, give us the lock of the day. Give me Nikola Jokic, 48.5 points, rebounds, and assists versus the Charlotte Hornets. Wendell Carter, over 24.5 points and rebounds. And Jakob Poeltl, over 23.5 points and rebounds to lock in our perfect 3 slip today. And for our perfect 5 slip, it will be the 3 slip of Jokic, Wendell Carter, Jakob Poeltl. We're going to throw in Harrison Barnes under that 15.5 points. And Drew Eubanks, 27.5 points and rebounds. I'm going to put a little, little thingy next to it in the picture right here because I'm thinking about it. I don't know what I'm going to do with Drew Eubanks yet. I'll keep checking Underdog the other day, see if something else gets thrown up that I like just a little bit more. But for now, we'll throw him in the 5 slip. But do be advised, I hope you guys are listening right now when I say this. I am not throwing Drew Eubanks officially into the slip. I am just thinking about it. So we'll kind of see how this goes over the course of the day. I really like RJ Hampton's under 9.5 points. He's only hit double figures in 2 of his last 10 games. I'm thinking about that RJ Hampton line a little bit. So we'll just kind of see how that one plays. By the end of the day, we'll kind of play that one by ear. All right, that's going to wrap up today's video, everybody. Huge day yesterday, 4-1 day yesterday. Nearly completed the sweep. I was right with the Sun player going off. It just wasn't Mikal. It was Devin Booker. Definitely should have done Devin Booker yesterday. But it is what it is. Much better day. That's how I want it. That's how I want my videos to go. Hopefully we can have another big day today. It's a big center dominant day. Big center dominant day again with my slips today with Nikola Jokic, Wendell, Jakob, and Drew Eubanks. Big center day, but they got good matchups today that I like that I think they can exploit and dominate. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.